Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Popeyes fast food drive-through restaurant. We are actually starting to get some of these in the UK, but I haven't tried Popeyes yet. Guys, is it any good? Let me know down below in the comments if you've had it before. Is it worth me going out of my way to try it? I'm very intrigued. Make it to the very end of the video to see where we place Popeyes in our city. This is the amount of space required to make your Popeyes. Here are all of the materials that we will use to build it. Begin by placing 11 bricks in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then extend backwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dig a row in the ground behind the bricks, place an oak plank there, and then a dark oak door on top. On top of this brick, left of the door, place 6 yellow terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be very important later. Continue building right of the door by placing 6 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then all we have to do is extend across the back of the build and join all the way back to the front of the build. We can then remove all of the grass inside of our brick grid and replace it with oak plank. Coming back to the front of the build now, we want to place 2 yellow terracotta on top of this very first brick that we placed. Then, place another row of yellow terracotta extending right, 2 rows of glass block, 3 rows of yellow terracotta, 1, 2, 3, 2 more rows of glass, and then 2 rows of yellow terracotta. Just like this. On the right side of the build, we want to extend this yellow terracotta 1 row backwards, then place 2 rows of glass, and then connect to this row of yellow terracotta with a row of yellow terracotta. And on the opposite side of the door, we actually want to mirror what we have over here. So, we want to place a row of terracotta next to the door that is as high as this, fill in between, then we want to place an additional row of yellow terracotta extending right, 2 rows of glass, and then 2 more rows of yellow terracotta, just like this. And what we can then do is move on to the back of the build and place 2 entire rows of yellow terracotta extending across the back. On this final side of the build, we have a little bit more going on because we have a drive-through window, so we want to place a row of yellow terracotta extending forwards here, and then a row of glass pane, leave a gap, and then place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of yellow terracotta, add another row on top. We then want to copy the shape of yellow terracotta that we have over on that side of the build onto this side. It should be fairly easy just to transfer it. Then add a row of yellow terracotta here and fill this little area in with glass. Easy peasy. Next, we are going to make the roof. Begin by placing a row of mangrove planks across the top of the front of the restaurant, with then a row of mangrove slabs extending from the planks. We then want to extend the slabs outwards an additional row, and then extend the slabs backwards and up continually until we reach the natural stopping point, which would be here. So we will stop right here, just 1 block below this row of yellow terracotta. We want the exact same thing on the opposite side, so we extend this slab outwards, and then back and back and up, so on and so forth, until we hit the same position. We are then able to fill this area in, just below, with yellow terracotta. We can extend the mangrove plank blocks across to join both sides together, and the mangrove slabs afterwards, just because it's easier in that particular order. There we go. And we can actually do the exact same thing on the back. So, a row of mangrove planks just across the top of the back of the build, mangrove slabs extending off, then extend these slabs outwards and upwards and inwards until eventually we hit this position, just like this. And we can actually connect the front and the back of the roof together, just like so, just in a straight line. And then we can do the exact same thing here on the opposite side. Once we have the roofs joined together, we can add the yellow terracotta, just like this, just to fill in these gaps. And then we can join the planks together, like so, and then the slabs afterwards. And then we can kind of choose what to do with this area. So, the whole point of this area is to, first of all, make a sign. So we are going to extend the front pair of yellow terracotta together, and then we'll probably remove the back pair of yellow terracotta. We will then fill the top of the roof in with either yellow terracotta or I like glass as well, so I'll let you guys kind of decide which one you prefer. I like glass because it lets in natural light, and I just kind of like how that looks, but you might choose differently. And on the front of the build here, we want to place 2 mangrove slabs extending inwards on top of both sides of the yellow terracotta, 1, 2, 1, 2, with yellow terracotta in between, and then mangrove slabs on top of the yellow terracotta. So from the front, that will give us this appearance, which it just looks really good. Guys, I'm so embarrassed I didn't have my builder's hat on. Why didn't any of you guys tell me? That's better. Next, we are going to make the drive-through, so come all the way to the back right-hand corner of the build and destroy 3 rows extending from the grid, wrapping all the way around this side of the building, and extend all the way forwards to the edge of the front part of the grid as well. So just like this, a giant L shape, which we then want to fill in with cyan terracotta, and this will be the road for the drive-through. We can then place a row of oak leaves around the edge of the road area, leading all the way around, and then a double high row of terracotta that will act as a wall around the oak leaves. Next, we are going to place some flowers in front of the building. Azure bluettes are always a massive favourite of mine. Then, we will dig the 2 rows on the right side of the grid, extending all the way backwards to the drive-through, and replace these with smooth stone. This will integrate into a sidewalk for the city. Then, we will place one entire row of smooth stone in front of the flowers, and then we will remove all of the grass and remaining part of the grid in front of this area. Now we can mark out some car parking spaces, so this is really simple. 3 grey concrete, 1, 2, 3, 1 white concrete powder, 1, 2, 3 concrete, 1 powder, 1, 2, 3 concrete, and we simply extend every single one of those blocks forwards. I'm just going to do all of the concrete first. followed by the powder, and then yellow carpet on top of the ends here, just like so. And that is a huge portion of the outside complete as well. Next, we are going to make the dreaded sign. So, throw down a loom, open it up. So, first of all, we have to make P. So, place a yellow banner in there with some red dye and apply the pale sinister pattern. Throw yellow dye in there and apply the Perfess inverted pattern. Put red back in, Fess, Chief, Pale Dexter. That is P. Next is O. So, brand new banner, Pale Dexter, Pale Sinister, Chief, Base. Easy. Next, we would need another P, but we already have one, so we will move on to E, which is the Chief, Fess, Base, and then the Pale Dexter pattern. Next is Y, as in why is this so difficult to make? Bend pattern, yellow dye in there, Perfess inverted, red dye back in, bend sinister, and there we have Y. Next would be E again, but we have it, so instead will be S. So, Chief, Base, Bend. Easy. Pooies, I guess. So, we can apply this to the top of our building, P, O, P, E, Y, E, S, and it just fits there perfectly. But we are going to save the P banner for a small sign that we are going to place here. Begin by placing 4 bricks extending up from the ground, a couple of yellow terracotta on top, place the P there, so it's just a little bit of extra advertising. If you do want it to look a little bit different, I don't think we have it on us, but mangrove slabs will do, or planks, you can kind of like add one of these to the base, but I don't really like that. It kind of reminds me of a weird looking sword, so I think I'd prefer, or maybe that would look good as well, rather than just the bricks, but I'll let you guys decide. On the side of the building, opposite this window, we are going to place 1, 2, 3 rows of block of iron with different 1x1 paintings in front. In front of this, we are going to place a black or polished black stone wall with a note block on top, so we have an order board and a speaker. I have also just noticed that we are missing some yellow terracotta in this part of the building, so it's kind of glad that we noticed that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire outside complete. And with the entire outside of Popeyes made, we can now head inside and work on the interior. So, the first thing that we are going to do in here is make the kitchen. Begin by placing a brick along this back wall, followed by a light grey concrete. We then want to dig in the ground and place campfires with iron trapdoors above them. Then on the opposite side a light grey concrete. Then we want to place a row of 1, 2, 3 bricks with a block of iron on the end. Extend that upwards. Stone buttons in front of the iron. But, more importantly, 2 stone brick wall on top of our light grey concrete, extend the light grey concrete forwards, furnaces in front, then iron bars in front of the stone brick walls, then another row of iron trapdoors here, and this is where we cook and store our chicken. It will look a little bit better once we actually make the roof section. But we now want to leave a gap of 1 in front of this cooking area and place a row of bricks all the way in front of it, leaving a small gap so that we can actually maneuver in and out. Then we are going to place a row of red concrete just along the back here with 2 rows of sea lanterns in front of this, and then another row of red concrete just like this. I don't know whether I want the red concrete, by the way, to extend an additional row forwards or not, or just kind of leave it, because otherwise it will kind of like interfere with the glass. We can extend the red concrete all the way up to the ceiling, and it does kind of like work nicely. But I do also like this effect, you know, like on the left rather than the right, but it's kind of a personal choice. Regardless, we are going to place a bunch of paintings, preferably... Actually, we won't place paintings, we'll leave it as it is. Along the back here, we are going to have a brewing stand with a tripwire hook above it, a lever to the right, flower pot to the right of that, flower pot to the left, maybe an item frame with some chicken, just like this. You can even place some sporadic paintings if you like as well, just to lighten the place up. We are going to place item frames all along both the furnaces and these racks at the back, so you can either use raw chicken or roast chicken just to kind of like get an effect that you desire. Maybe even some more flower pots just over here to the left, perhaps a lantern, something like that. And then we just have to make this counter area. We're going to place a couple of flower pots just over here on the left. And again, just some item frames with chicken in it. It makes sense. I mean, we could even place some like bread in some of these as well for the dreaded biscuit that I've heard so much about. We don't have too many Popeyes over here in the UK, although we are starting to get some. I'm going to have to try it, guys. Let me know in the comments, is Popeyes a good place to actually like go? Is the food good? I need to know. Anyway, on this counter space, smooth quartz stairs, heavy weighted pressure plate and a lantern, something to that effect. It just kind of like brightens up the area. We can even grab some flowers of different variety if we like, some like orange ones or some red ones, maybe even some white would look nice if we are kind of like going with the theme. Something like this would look really good. I'm contemplating whether or not I like how the ceiling looks, by the way. But before we figure that out, let's just place a row of red carpet in front of the counter space. So for the ceiling, I'm contemplating whether it would look better to lower it by placing some mangrove planks like this, leaving just one row of red concrete exposed. Like this, right? So I just, it makes it a little bit more cozy in here. I really like that. And then when it comes to this, we could have like another row of planks here if we like, and then a row of slabs, just so that it kind of like feels as though the roof has a bit more to it. It just feels a bit cozier. I like it. And then can we try this? Is that better? Is that worse? Does it look good with some paintings kind of like placed on it? I don't know. Maybe we just leave the red as it is, but I do like it overhanging. So again, you know, a lot of these are choices that you can make. You might prefer any of the other iterations, but at least you guys have options. So last little bit of detail that we are going to add inside the restaurant is along this front wall, we will place 2 spruce stairs, leave a gap, spruce stair, leave a gap, spruce stair, leave a gap, 2 spruce stairs just like this, spruce fence in front of the stairs just like so, and then spruce stairs opposite the spruce fence with green carpet on top of the fence, and on the left and right sides brown glazed terracotta with oak leaves on top, and a 1x2 painting over here, preferably Pinocchio, just because I think that the colours will blend better with the restaurant. There we go, that looks nice. And well, with that, we have officially finished this tutorial, ladies and gentlemen, but this tutorial is not over. We must now take our Popeyes and place it in our city. Now, I'm not 100% certain that Popeyes will in fact stay here, ladies and gentlemen, but I think a solid spot for it right now is going to be in between the Christmas store and our modern Wendy's. Of course, who doesn't like to combine a bit of Christmas tree shopping with some fried chicken? They go hand in hand. And that is it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for more city related builds, look no further than the mini city builds playlist down below in the description. As of recording this tutorial, we have over 90 builds for you to add to your city right now, which is just tremendous. It will keep you busy for a very long time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are enjoying the city as much as I am, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.